Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another Wisdom Wednesday. Today's reading comes from the Spirit Song Tarot deck by Pauline Fay, and it's published by U.S. Game System Inc. The card that came forward today is the Four of Shells, carrying themes of soul searching and reevaluation. The animal guide appearing, excuse me, yeah, excuse me, tell this is real. The animal guide appearing on this card is the crane. In many cultures, the crane has been long associated with luck, wisdom, transformation, and long journeys. But I think there is something else interesting about cranes. I don't know about you, but I know myself whenever I'm out and about and I happen to see a crane flying or standing in water, I don't know, I'm always drawn to it. I like to watch them. They are patient observers, aren't they? They stand still, waiting to fill out one fish. They stand quiet, they watch. They don't seem to rush towards every movement or every distraction. They wait patiently, calmly. And perhaps that's a part of today's message. Sometimes when life feels confusing, our first instinct is to look outside ourselves for the answer. We ask what everyone else thinks. We'll scroll on our phones. We'll compare ourselves to others. We try to distract ourselves or distract others. We stay busy because being still can sometimes feel uncomfortable, can't it? Being in our own skin can feel uncomfortable, uneasy. But today's card feels like an invitation to go inward for a moment. You know what I mean? Not because you're lost and not because something is wrong with you, but because maybe there are thoughts, feelings, dreams, or truths quietly waiting for your attention. Sometimes soul searching isn't something dramatic or some mountaintop experience. Sometimes it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea or coffee. Sometimes it's creating something with your hands, painting, drawing, knitting. Sometimes it's journaling, taking a walk out in nature, or asking yourself questions you've been avoiding. This card also speaks about reevaluation. I think that can sound scary sometimes, like we're supposed to throw our whole lives upside down. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. Sometimes reevaluating ourselves can be a peaceful, enjoyable experience, and we can learn more about who we are and about what we truly want and who we truly want to be. Reevaluation can be small, it doesn't have to be big and grand. Maybe it's just simply asking, is this still working for me? Maybe it's, am I holding onto something simply because I've always done it this way? Are you holding on to something simply because it's the way you've always done it? And I ask myself, am I making choices from love or from fear? Do you make your choices from love or from fear? And then I think, am I leaving space for who I'm becoming and who I want to be? Are you leaving space for who you are becoming and who you want to be? The crane seems to remind us that answers often rise slowly. We don't need to force clarity, do we? We don't need to solve every problem today. With so much going on in the world and so much angst and so much animosity going out there, Sometimes we can feel like we should be doing something more, but maybe that something more that we should be doing is learning more about who we are so we become more compassionate, caring, wonderful, loving human beings. Sometimes we only need to become quiet enough to hear ourselves again. Because often the wisdom we are searching for isn't far away at all. Sometimes it has been sitting patiently inside of us this entire time. As always, I like to do my journaling prompts, and I think this is a good theme for journaling on, especially with self discovery and you know reflecting on inside ourselves and finding out who we are. So as always, I'm going to start with our journal prompts. Grab your pen, paper, journal, whatever you have handy. Again, if you just want to sit and reflect on these on your own, that's perfectly fine without writing anything down. If you want to listen to them, that's fine too. Or if you want to come back to them at a later time, I will have these journal prompts in the description as well. So if you want to come back and write them down at a later time, that is than, you know, more than available for you there. Sorry, I'm having a slow day today. See? My inner self. Alrighty, so as always, let's take a deep breath in and out. All right, let's take another deep breath in and out. Let's do another deep breath in and out. Shake off all the anxiety, the negativity that we don't want. Have a sip of our tea or coffee. Mm. All right. And as always, let's go ahead and start with our journal prompts. Prompt number 1. What thoughts or feelings have I been avoiding lately? Number 2. What feels out of alignment in my life right now? Number 3. What would I do if fear was not making the decision for me? Number 4. Where am I seeking answers outside of myself? Number 5. What parts of myself need more attention right now? Number 6. What activity makes me feel connected to myself? Number 7. Is there something I have outgrown? Number 8. What does my inner voice keep trying to tell me? Number 9. What would I like more of in my life? Number 10. What small change could bring more peace into my days? And as always, there are no right or wrong answers. These are just reflections for you. You don't need to do them all. If you want to do them all, please feel free to do so. If you don't want to write down any, you don't have to do that either. Remember, what works for you is for you. And this is where we're going to get back into our joyful affirmations. So, as always, in the affirmation portion of our video, we're going to start with a deep breath in and out. Again, we're going to do another deep breath in and out. Shake off all the angst. And let's do another deep breath in and out. And we'll begin with our affirmations. And as always, if you want to write these down, you're feel free to do so. If you want to say these out loud in your mind, if you want to have them down for later on, I will have them in the description as well, so you can reflect on them later. 1. I trust my inner wisdom. 2. I give myself permission to pause and reflect. 3. I welcome clarity into my life. 4. I honor the person I am becoming. 5. I listen to my heart with kindness. 6. I am open to new ideas and possibilities. 7. I trust myself to make choices that serve me. 8. I release what no longer fits my journey. 9. I am learning and growing every day. 10. Peace and wisdom live within me. 'And so, as a reminder, the crane is inviting us to pause and become still and to listen more deeply. And sometimes life becomes so noisy that we stop hearing ourselves and we look too much outward for answers, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. And we're constantly feeling like we need to stay busy without realizing that we really do have the wisdom that we need within ourselves. Perhaps you simply need the space to ask better questions of yourself. I encourage you to take what resonates with you in this video and leave what doesn't, as always. And as always, if there's anything that you'd like about this video, please, I encourage you to leave a comment in the comment sections because your comment might help somebody else. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to other. Let's try and build a community of compassion, empathy, and caring, not just for others, but for ourselves. Because sometimes we need to be the most compassionate to ourselves, give the most love to ourselves, and be the kindest to ourselves so that we can be kinder, generous, caring, and more thoughtful of others. Until next Wednesday, have a wonderful day.